All right, ready? Hello, everybody. Hello. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. All right, you can hear me okay, Jen?
Yep, can hear you great.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. This is Jen, my moderator. We're going to have so much fun today. Don't worry. All right, let me get my chat set up here. All right, good morning, everybody. So I am in Los Angeles. I would love to know where you guys are from. I know everyone's all over the world. That's exciting. Might be evening for you guys, but it's morning for me.
Ooh, Croatia.
Canada, South Africa. Woohoo. Arizona, Maryland, North Carolina. I love it. All right, so we're going to give it a couple of minutes to just kind of let everyone trickle in. And then I'm going to start to set up my screen. All right. All right. All right. All right, Cape Town, Georgia. I love it. All right, Freddie, you're from Texas. And Jen, are we going to be doing some hands up? I don't know if you want to show people how to do it.
Yeah, we're going to do something different, not hands up today. Michelle, you might want to change your name if you want to.
All right. Let me see.
I was trying to rename you, but it wouldn't let me do it.
Well, it's okay. My name's Michelle.
You should put Michelle S.
All right, guys. All right, we're going to give it 3 more minutes, guys. All right, I see Austin, Texas here, California, South Africa, Fort Lauderdale. No, Colleen, it's a different Michelle today. Surprise. Jamaica. Wow, that's awesome. Florida. Don't worry, Colleen. You're going to love me. Okay. We're going to have some fun today. All right, guys. Let me make sure I got all my stuff here. And then we are on a tight time slot today, guys. So we only have up to 2 hours today. All right. So this recording is going to be available in your Kajabi. Again, we're going to make sure to cover as much as we can. So we'll get you guys set up from the start here. So, all right. I'm hearing something, Jen.
Yeah, I'm getting it. Hold on. Okay, somebody's the music to.
Maybe you want to shut your music off now,
Yeah,
Jen?
I'll go ahead. Yeah.
All
I'm gonna go
right,
ahead and.
everybody. Just about a minute away, and then we're going to get started. Oh, they love the music. Never mind. No, we're trying to keep things fun, guys. I do things a little bit differently. Again, we're going to have some fun today. Don't worry. All right. Let's see here. All right. We are 5 minutes in, guys. I think we're ready to rock and roll, Jen.
Yep. Yep.
All right. All right. Let me make sure I got no distractions here. All right. Well, welcome everybody. I'm sure you guys have been hearing my name and you are like, who is this Michelle? Who is this other Michelle? Isn't there just a Michelle O'Neill? Okay. So if you're new to me, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I have been part of the team for the past month. So if you guys don't know the backstory, I supported Michelle and getting this setup up and running. It was all divine time. It happened the way that it needed to happen. And now I'm here. Now I'm here stuck with you guys. And now I got to walk you guys through this setup and we're going to have some fun and we're going to get you up and running so you guys are making some money. All right. So with that said, there's going to be a couple of things that I'm going to be covering today. So don't get into the fear of any kind if you're new. Maybe this is the first time you're even seeing me. Again, I'm going to walk you through again who I am, what I'm going to be doing for the community. And then today's call, our intention is to walk you through the Launchpad setup, right? So if you haven't seen the calendar every single day, I'm going to be walking you through each program setup because we want to make sure that everyone's understanding right. You know, we know that there's been lots of changes. You know, maybe some of you, again, are new. Some of you are migrating over from IPS. And you guys we want to kind of keep things light and easy because it is easy. It's just a matter of following the steps and just taking your time to go through the setup and not. We know it's different, you know, we know it's something that's new, but I can assure you that once you are up and running, there is literally magic happening out there. It's so magical. It's amazing. So truly, I'm so grateful to every single one of you. I even recognize some faces here. So it's just been such a pleasure to be connecting with you all. And again, if I never get back to you, I will get back to you. Okay. We just get an influx of so many messages and stuff like that. All right. So with that, one of the important things that I do want to say now is that, again, I'm pretty much serving as the integrator of this community and tech support. So if you are needing access to anything with Kajabi, anything that's billing related, admin related, if you can't get a hold of Michelle, you must come to me in school. That's the way that we're starting to set things up. I'm going to be the fastest person that can assist you, you know, with anything relating to your accounts, billing, tech setup, and all that good stuff that might feel a little bit heavy. I'm going to be your gal to be able to assist you in getting you set up right from the gate. Now, the other thing that I want to say is that we are constantly updating the Kajabi. And we know that's a training and process for all of us. But again, we're literally hearing all the feedback. Like I'm paying attention to every single post and taking notes. And so we're obviously constantly updating that portal. And one of that includes obviously updating the trainings. So we know, and I'm very aware that some of the trainings are for an overall setup, but this week I am re-recording it per program so that when you know, essentially go back and check it out or your customers start rolling in, it's going to be tailored for that specific program. Now, there's other things that are going to be added, you know, such as, you know, how to set up other links. We're going to talk about PayPal today. South Africa, I'm going to give you some awesome updates. Again, trust me, I'm working on all of it. Okay. We're going to be covering all the little things that you can imagine. I have some notes and so many things prepared for you guys are going to be excited. Trust me on that. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to my moderator, Jen Stillian. She's going to be with me on all my calls. You guys are going to love her. And she's going to quickly just kind of do some housekeeping as I start to prep my screen. So Jen, I don't know if you're ready to rock.
I am ready. Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be here. Again, I am Jen Stillian. It rhymes with million. Okay, you can't go wrong with that. And I am an empowerment speaker and coach, and I will be your moderator for today. And we'll be moderating the next upcoming calls with Michelle and anything moving forward with her. So I'm excited to be here with you guys. So we have a lot to cover, okay? So first and foremost, I want to make sure our intention here is for you to feel seen, to feel heard. And most importantly, we want to support you in getting the opportunity to be set up properly and be up and running in no time. I have years of experience not only being an entrepreneur, but also a speaker and holding the energy of large audiences. But I gotta say, I've never seen such an amazing, uplifting community like this. So thank you, Michelle O'Neill, for all that you've been doing, okay? I'm so excited to be sharing some time with you all and getting to know you in the next upcoming calls. So, our intention for the next 2 hours is for you to feel supported in these tech calls and walkthrough. We have a hard stop today because there's another call at 11, okay, right after. So we only have 2 hours today. We want to, again, make sure that you feel validated, seen, and heard. And of course, we're going to make sure we're having a lot of fun while doing it, okay? But to do that, I'm going to quickly walk through some housekeeping guidelines for these calls so all of us can be on the same page and have a smooth walkthrough. Are you ready? Are you ready for the guidelines, okay? This might be a little bit different. So today's call is only for Launchpad only, meaning Michelle S. is only going to walk you through the Launchpad tech setup. Make sure to check the calendar in the school community to attend the other appropriate calls for your setup. If you're having any problems related to Kajabi, meaning you can't access to your program, your account, or anything that requires admin assistance, please make sure you DM Michelle S. in school, not here, but in school, or send us an email at techandbilling@digitalcommunity.com. We will not be addressing anything Kajabi related today. Again, simply just send the DM in school to Michelle, okay, or email us, okay, and you will be taken care of as soon as possible by either Michelle or another admin. The Kajabi portal is always updated as we get feedback to make the setup even smoother. This week, Michelle will be adding, now listen up, okay, my friends. This week, Michelle will be adding and redoing certain videos to make them more beginner friendly. As you watch Michelle today in the walkthrough, please don't feel concerned, okay? Do not worry. Don't give your power away to worry and stress. Just trust the process. The next thing, okay, because some of you have questions I see in the chat. The next thing is for you, if you have questions regarding your payment gateways like PayPal, Stripe, specifically alternatives for international and South Africa. Michelle will be addressing some of these questions and upcoming updates after the tech setup. So do not worry again. We promise that we got your back. We got you covered. Michelle will cover that towards the end of the call or as she moves along the walkthrough. Our intention, again, remember, is to keep this walkthrough super easy and simple so anyone can walk through it and be set up on time. Any questions regarding GoDaddy? Okay, and yes, Venmo as well. Any questions regarding GoDaddy domains or anything that has to do with outside tech, we won't be able to address all of those questions today. But this is where the weekly upcoming tech calls will take place so you can get the assistance you need on a more personal basis. Again, this is going to be a walkthrough call only. And anything related to any other tech bumps that you're bumping into, that's what the upcoming tech calls are for. Okay? Now, let's talk about the guidelines of housekeeping in the chat. Okay, this might be a little bit different than you've been used to. So our intention is the invitation is for you, let's keep the chat to a minimum so we can have fun, so we can stay present because you guys are learning something new today. So we're going to do an experiment. Are you ready? I want everyone to take their hands off their keyboard and wiggle your fingers. Jazz hands. Jazz hands. Everybody do jazz hands. Okay? Let me see everybody. Cute. Okay? So take your hands, put it in your lap. Take a big deep breath with me. Big deep breath. Hold your breath and slowly exhale. I just want you to breathe and know that you are supported. And go ahead and take your hands off the keyboard and let's keep the chat to a minimum. We ask that there's no outside just conversations, no side talk. Let's not get distracted so we can be on the same page to go through it. And as we navigate through the tech setup, okay, my lovely tech savvy peeps, I'm talking to you. Try not to provide too much input so we don't confuse anyone on the call, especially those who are beginner friendly. Again, the point of today's call is to try to keep your input to a minimum so we don't cause any distractions in the chat or confusion or anything all. I know you guys have lots of questions. We will address those, but let's keep our hands in our lap so you can feel like you can receive from Michelle today. We will be doing a Q&A. After a whole hour's worth of the walkthrough, we will be doing a QA and about an hour in after the walkthrough. There will be specific guidelines with the Q&A, and I will post in the chat as we get closer what those guidelines and how we're doing Q&A today, okay? We got you. Lastly, my friends, my last 2 cents, trust the process. Because it's in the process is where the magic is going to happen. And to do that, we ask that you let go, sit back, relax, be patient with us, and allow the process to unfold in your business in the perfect divine timing. Okay? So, write in the chat box. Let's get started. Say, I am ready to receive. Everybody put in the chat box, I am ready to receive. And Michelle is going to take it away.
All right, we're getting fancy today. Look at that. I'm ready to receive. All right, let's get you guys set up so we can make some money. Okay. All right, guys. So for this entire most of the time I'm going to be sharing my screen. So again, I can hear you, I can see you. Do not worry, you're probably not going to see me, but I'm going to be sharing my screen most of the time. All right. So I think we're ready to rock. Let me make sure I got all my goodies here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, Jen, if you want to let me know if you could see that. All right.
Yep, perfect.
Do we have full screen, Jen?
Yep.
Woohoo. All right. Okay, so you guys might kind of see some little stuff here, so just don't get distracted with that. All right, so today I'm going to be walking you through Launchpad, okay? And I know that this is one of the common programs, especially in South Africa. So my peeps, do not worry. I got some surprises for you as we go along. All right, remember, I'm keeping tabs of all the needs and concerns that you guys might have. And so the way that I'm going to do today's walkthrough is I'm going to take you through as much step-by-steps that I can. But of course, again, we want to make sure we got time for Q&A and whatnot. So I'm going to walk you through the main points. That's going to get you set up the quickest. I will address questions about Stripe and PayPal and other workarounds that we're working on specifically for South Africa. But again, I'm going to walk you through the main important steps that will get you up and running the quickest. Now, one of the other things is that I am going to be updating the portal based on what I'm covering today, because we want to make sure that there's less steps and less setup, which we've been working behind the scenes. So that's exactly what I'm going to be walking you through today. So again, don't be concerned if the setup here is yet not updated. That is what we're working on this week. But again, this is the point of this call, is that this is pretty much the most up-to-date setup for Launchpad. All right. So if you are following along, you're more than welcome to. But again, I would recommend to pay attention and just come back and watch the replay. And then we're just going to start getting to it. So once you get granted access to Kajabi, so essentially the way that this works is, again, you or your customer purchases your product. Initially, they get access to Kajabi via email, right? And so when they log in, they will see their products. You should be seeing your products here. Now, if you have Launchpad, you're going to see Launchpad, and the bonuses, right? So that's all you need to be seeing in your portal. If you're seeing something else, and this is where you're going to want to go ahead and contact us. But essentially, Launchpad will have Launchpad and the bonuses. So then you'll go ahead and click on Launchpad, and this is what you are going to see. You're going to go and see the welcome. Again, which is where we walk you through how to get get into the community and the guidelines. I created some videos and learning how to navigate Kajabi. Then you're going to go ahead and see the launch kit where Michelle walks you through how to start, again, applying some of the strategies. What is passive income? What exactly is the program in itself? The 2-hour workday. So again, you just simply follow along. Now, when you get to this module here, automate your online business, this is where the fun and the moment you want to throw me a shoe comes into play. Okay. So as soon as you watch the Freedom Machine video, Michelle gives you an outline of what is it that we're going to go ahead and set up. And so it's super important that we really actually follow the steps in the way they are ordered, because there's actually a madness to the magic. And that's one of the things about the setup, is that there is a particular order things have to be in, because if we skip around, let's just say that we feel savvy and we go to one place and we set up another, some things might not start to be congruent for you. So there's a reason why it's in a particular order. And that's something that you want to tell your customers, really follow along step by step, because when you actually do that, no joke, you can be up and running in literally a couple of hours. So it's just a matter of really just taking the time to go through each video. Okay, so now once you start diving in, the first step that we start to do is to actually purchase and connect our domain. So I'm not going to be walking you through how to purchase a domain, because there's a whole video where I actually walk you through how to purchase that and even a professional email. But we're going to go ahead and start by the point of connecting a domain, because that's the first important step with any setup. With anything that we do in this program, it's connecting your domain. So as you can see here, and I don't know, Jen, can you confirm you see my GoDaddy? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so once you purchase your domain, this is the most important step. Okay, so I'm going to actually walk you through on how to connect a domain. And I know that this is probably one of the most stressors that some of you have, but I can assure you it's actually very, very simple. It's just, again, you have to just really take your time with it. And I'm actually going to show you that it actually can be set up in minutes. Now, most of you who have been having issues regarding, it's taking over 48 hours, it's still not propagating correctly, chances are that just has to do with the fact that there was a hiccup when the records were programmed, or there was existing records of any kind. So I'm going to walk you through some of that. So I'm actually going to just go ahead and pick here a random domain that I have in my account. So I'm going to go ahead and just play with this one here. Let's see here. So once you get into your GoDaddy, again, you're going to go ahead and find the domain. You're going to go ahead and connect to your System.io account. And so if you scroll down, you're going to probably see already pre-existing records, right? And so the key here to make the process smoother is to make sure that there's no records already pre-programmed to a different website. Again, you want to make sure that the domain wasn't already in use, maybe with a different website. For those of you who had IPS and maybe or were already using the domain, chances are maybe that domain is still connected to your System.io account. So again, it's just being mindful of what is in here and what you've done with your domain. But we're going to go ahead and actually do a walkthrough on how to program a domain. So I'm going to be kind of flipping back and forth here with some tabs. So let me see. Jen, can you see my system just to make sure? Okay, cool. All right. So the way that this is going to go is, again, this is the starting point on how to connect a domain. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and find your domain in GoDaddy. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this here. We're going to go back into system, and we're going to go ahead. If you are just starting brand new, you're going to eventually get into your settings. You're going to click on domains here on the left-hand side, custom domains. And we're going to click that blue button there. And this is where you're going to punch in your domain. All right. So it should look something like this. Now, sometimes you might get some little glitches here because it needs to be done in a particular way. So you're going to go ahead and put your domain. And then you're going to see a pop-up that's going to provide you some records that we're going to go ahead and program just a second here. So once you do that correctly, again, you're going to get this pop-up here. Now, one of the mistakes that is very common to do is that we tend to highlight the entire code. Now, if you actually click down here, it actually provides you instructions on how to actually copy them appropriately. And there's actually a diagram here. You're only supposed to copy certain things. So it's more than likely for some of you who have been pending for a couple of days, chances are you might have pasted the code incorrectly. So all you got to do is just mirror what I'm showing you on my screen. And this is going to apply with any domain that you connect to System.io. So the first thing is we're going to go ahead and highlight the www dot. So you want to make sure that it's exactly like that. You're going to do a right click. We're going to go ahead and copy that. And again, it's going to be easy if you have a tab already open with your GoDaddy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add, excuse me, a new record. Type is always going to be a CNAME because that's the type that we are going to program. So we're going to go ahead and paste that first record there. So it should look something like this. Okay. So then we're going to go back. And then this one is going to be highlighted all the way with the dot included. Now, make sure that you're not dragging it out. Just try to make sure that it is actually nice and clean. That copy is exactly the way it is. We're going to go back. We're going to paste that. And then we're going to click save. Okay. Now, what's common is that some of you might get this error here. And the reason why this happens is because there's already a pre-existing record in GoDaddy. So if you have this, all you have to do is click on this little pencil. Again, it's already pre-programmed a bit. You're going to go ahead and make sure that it has a dot. And then we're going to paste that value that we got. Again, remember this one, we're just making a little switch here. And we're going to click save. And you'll see here that it's successfully updated. So we've done one record already. Now the next one, we're going to go back to our System.io and we're going to go ahead and highlight all the way to the dot. Okay. So we're not going to copy everything. We're just going to copy this first little section here up to the dot. I'm going to right click. You're going to copy that. We're going to go back to GoDaddy. And then we're going to go ahead and add the next record. So again, you'll find your add new record. Make sure it's on CNAME. And we're going to go ahead and paste that first record there. Then we're going to go back and get the other side. And this one needs to be copied entirely. So we're going to copy every single thing that you see, including the dot. We're going to copy. We're going to go back. Then we're going to paste it. So it should look just like this. And then you'll click save. And then you'll see again, you'll know it's successful when you get that little pop-up. Now, some of you might have some settings turned on GoDaddy where it has to go through a verification process. And I know some of that can be a little bit annoying, but what that means is that you just have a security feature on where every time you update a record, they're going to text you a code. So that's just part of your process and the way that your account was set up. But essentially, again, this is the process to connect the records and make sure that your domain is connected to system. So once we do that, you're going to go back to system. You're going to click that out. And you're going to be seeing this. It's going to say pending validation. So that, excuse me, is normal. Now, on rare occasions, it might pend for up to 48 hours. That is normal. Now, it's also rare in some cases, but typically, if you follow the steps that I just walk you through, you can be up and running within 30 minutes. And my intention is that we're actually going to see that happen on this call because that's the way that it's been happening for me and through every single setup that I've done. So again, if you follow those steps, you can easily be up and running in literally 30 minutes. Now, again, if you are pending for even more than 48 hours, this is where you do have to contact GoDaddy, because that means that there's might be something, incorrect in your account. Maybe, again, there was a record that should have not been in your settings. So if that's the case, you're going to go ahead and contact GoDaddy, because there's nothing that we can do on our end. Now, the alternative option is that if you are like, Michelle, I am not going to copy these codes. I don't even know how to copy and paste. Okay. What you could do is go ahead and grab these records, and you can actually call or chat with GoDaddy, and they can actually program the records for you. All you have to do is send them a picture. They will request for you to, again, just confirm what those records are. And they literally can do that for you. So you can even just bypass what I just walk you through by simply giving them a call. You can get on the chat, and they will literally do that setup for you. And that might be a quicker way for some of you who, again, or maybe you're a beginner and you don't want to deal with copying the codes and stuff. All right, so that is how we connect the domain to system. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just refresh here. And as you can see, it's pending. So again, we're going to hopefully see that change as we continue with the walkthrough. So let me just take a peek at my chats here. All right. So now the next step that you're going to want to do is we're going to go now to emails. And this is where we're now going to do the second part to connecting a domain, which is referred in the video as authenticating your domain. And so what do I mean by authenticating the domain? What that is that if you are somebody who purchased a professional email and you want to use that email to send emails from system, we have to practically connect the record of that custom email address so that you can send emails in the account. So this would be the next part that you're going to want to migrate to. And so some of you might not actually have a professional email address, and that is totally fine. But again, the same process will apply regardless if you have a professional one or you have a regular. So if you do have a professional email address, what's going to happen is that you're now going to go ahead and come down here where it says domains. So again, we're going to be on the email section now in the settings. We're going to go ahead and come here to the domain section. And now we're going to go ahead and authenticate the domain. So we're going to go ahead and click here. And you're going to be requested to put your domain. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab the domain here that I'm walking you through. And we're going to go ahead and paste that. And it should look something like this. We're going to click save. And now we're going to get the next setup records. Now, these are going to be the next records that we're going to program into GoDaddy. Now, one of the common things that happens when we start doing this setup is that you might see here say no home page detected. Now, as you can see, mine was automatically detected. But sometimes what happens with system is that it's just a glitch. So it doesn't mean anything. So if you see an error here, just go ahead and ignore that for now. It will chances be correct. It will probably correct itself as you continue the setup. So don't worry about if it says an error here. So we're going to go ahead and now program these records. So again, we're going to make sure to have our GoDaddy on a separate tab. And we're just simply going to repeat the process as we did earlier. So we're going to start with the first record. So we're going to go ahead and copy all the way to the dot. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back. We're going to click on add new record. We're going to click on CNAME. We're going to paste that record. And then we're going to go back. And then we're going to go to the next one, which is the value. And then we're going to paste that. So this would be the first record to authenticate the domain. So we're going to click on save. And then you're going to see this and then success. And we're just going to keep repeating the process. So the second record, we're going to go up to the dot here. I'm going to right click, go back, and we're just simply going to repeat the process. We're going to keep going. And again, the second record should look just like this. We're going to save. the next one here up to the dot, copy. Again, CNAME, make sure it's always on CNAME. I'm going to paste that. We're going to go back. Grab the next one. Paste that in value. We're going to click save. And then we have this one here, which is different. This is a text, which is known as a DMARC. Now, some of you might have already done this setup, and you're going to see that it has a different email address that's different to the one that you might be trying to use. This is actually normal, and you just simply continue to finish this setup as is. So again, this is a text record, so we're going to go ahead and copy this. We're going to go back. Excuse me. We're going to go ahead and make sure that it's on text this time. We're going to paste that first one, which should look like this. We're going to go back and we're going to copy here. So you're actually not going to highlight. You're going to actually click this little copy here because it's a longer value code here. So we're going to copy that. We're going to go back. We're going to paste that, and then we're going to click save. And so by now, this is all the records that you should be programming to be able to be up and running in system. Okay, so as you can see, I've done all the records, and then all you got to do is exit out. And then once you do that, you're going to see the status say pending. Now, when you program this and authenticate this section here of the domain, this one does tend to take a little bit longer. I've seen it go up to about 4 hours. But again, if it's going beyond, 24 hours, we're going into 48 hours, chances are, again, A, the records were not pasted correctly, or there was already some existing records that needed to be removed. So again, those are going to be the common little hiccups that you might bump into and on why it's not connecting right away. And so again, this is where you can go ahead and contact GoDaddy, and they will be able to see and delete anything that should not be there. All right, so now the next step that you're going to want to do is you're going to move up here, and you're going to locate the section that's labeled email address. Now, this is where you are going to practically connect your email address that you're going to be using to send emails in System I/O. Now, again, if you do not have a professional email address, you can use a Gmail if you wish. However, just keep in mind that if you do use a personal one, when you send out emails from system, they may end up in spam. So this is where we recommend to purchase the professional email address so that you increase those chances so that people can see your email. Now, whether you put a professional email address here or you put a Gmail address, the process is the exact same thing. So all you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click here where it says click here to confirm your email address. You're going to simply just put the email address that you want to use in your account. I'm just going to use this dummy email here. I'm going to just go ahead and just put a Gmail for now because I don't have a professional one for the sample that I'm walking you through here. But the same process applies. You'll go ahead and put your email. You're going to click on save. And what's going to happen is that it's now going to say pending. All you have to do is go to the inbox of the email you programmed, and you're going to get an email from system saying confirm this email address. So it's literally just a button. It's going to be an email. System IO is going to say, can you confirm this address? You're going to click that button in your email. And once you do that, the status is going to change to verified. So none of this section here is going to require any type of code, or you're not going to have to program anything. All you have to do is, again, go to that inbox for the email you program, make sure to confirm the email, and then it will change to verify. Okay, so that's going to be the setup when it comes to connecting your domain and authenticating the domain to use as your emails. Okay, so I'm actually going to go now back to custom domains and check this out. It is literally ready to use. That took what, about 5 minutes. So it's just a matter of taking your time when you program the records, because it can be this quick. So for any of you who have been waiting and you guys have been not trying to figure out what's going on, it's chances are there's just some little hiccups in your GoDaddy. Again, whether you have an existing or again, something just needed to be updated. This is where you just want to go straight to GoDaddy and they can fix that for you. But again, as you can see, it was literally set up in 5 minutes. Okay. So let's see, we're going to go ahead. How are we on time, Jen? Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so this is going to be the main, most important part that you have to start with, because if we don't start with connecting the domain, everything else is going to fall apart. Okay, so we want to make sure that you start by setting up your domain. Okay, and I'm going to take a little peek in my chat here, and Samantha says, I'm so nervous to do all this, but the girl, this is why we're going to go to GoDaddy and they're going to do it for you. Okay, so just take advantage of the support that they can also provide you guys. Don't be afraid to ask. You know, that's what they're there to support you with. To get on the chat, get on the phone, and you can avoid, if you don't want to copy and paste like the way that I did, you can just go ahead and get it done in literally minutes with them. Okay. All right. So this takes care of the domain setup. All right. So once you are done with this, the next step is that we're going to start to connect our domain to the funnels, okay? So by this point, we're going to go ahead and go back to Kajabi here. Let me see, I got a couple of tabs open here. All right, so by this point, if you followed along, you have already completed all of this section here. It's just broken up in Kajabi for you guys. That's all it is. So now we're going to begin to program and import our funnels, okay? Now, again, one thing to keep in mind as of today is that some of the order in Kajabi is going to change because we realize that there's still certain steps that needed to be before certain things, okay? So remember, it's going to update, it's going to change based on what I'm walking you through on today's call, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and locate the module that's labeled shared funnel link. And I actually have renamed this, and it's now titled How to Import Your Shared Funnel Template Link and Create a System IO Account. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start to import our template. Now, the template that is here in the shared funnel link is known as your sales page funnel. So essentially, there's going to be two main templates that you're going to be installing into your system IO. Okay, but this first particular one is known as your sales page funnel template. Okay, so once you're in Kajabi, you're going to go ahead and navigate here to the description box here. And as you can see, again, remember, this is the Launchpad. I'm going to be walking you through this setup today. So all you have to do is you find the template link, and you're going to simply highlight that link. We're going to do a right click, and we're just going to simply copy that, okay? Now, you're also going to see this download section here. This is just simply a document containing the same link that is here. There's nothing different. This is just to give people options. If maybe you can't copy the link, or maybe you're working off your phone, this is just another way for you to access that link, but it's the exact same thing. So it might be easier if you can do this. Just go ahead and copy that. I'm going to do a right click, copy that link. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and open up a separate tab browser, and you're going to paste that in your browser. Now, I'm already logged into my system IO account. So as you can see, it literally imports in seconds. So if you have an account, it's going to go ahead and import. Now, if you are somebody who was dealing with IPS, you had a IPS funnel in your account, or you have other types of funnels in your account, chances are you're probably going to have to delete all that before you import the link, because that is what's causing you to have a max capacity error. And so if you're not planning to promote any of that, my recommendation is to delete everything that you have in your account and then simply start fresh, and then go ahead and import this link so you don't bump into any errors. Okay. Now, if you are new, what's going to happen is that once you paste that link into your browser, you're going to probably see a screen like this. And what this means is that all you have to do is create a System IO account, because System IO is going to be the main place that your website is going to live. So all you're going to do is, again, you're going to locate this little box here. You're going to type in your email. You're simply going to click on Get My Free Account. And then you're going to see a screen that looks like this. And all this is you're going to simply now just follow the instructions. You're going to confirm your email address. And on that email, they're going to ask you to create a password. And once you create your password, you'll be able to log in into your system. You'll repeat the process of going back. Again, grab your shared funnel link. Then you can paste it in your browser. And again, then it will automatically import into your account as you saw just a couple of seconds ago, okay? So once you're in your system, you'll see your funnel, which should be labeled Launchpad Sales Funnel. If for any reason, again, it's labeled differently, then this is where you're going to go ahead and contact me. But again, your funnel should be named the way the program is named. So that's the funnel. That's the only funnel, sales page funnel you should have in your account, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and go back now to Kajabi. And now we're going to go ahead and import our capture page. Now, this is where we're going to start to streamline the process for you guys in Kajabi, because there's two templates that we're going to install. So we're going to go back to our Kajabi. And now we're going to find our shared capture page template. All right, and we're going to repeat the same steps. So we're going to go ahead and go to the description box. We're going to go ahead and copy that link. We're going to go back into system, and we're going to simply paste that into system. And again, you're going to see that now it's going to import the other template that we're going to be using. So essentially, the way that things should look in your system is two funnels. You will always have two funnels. If you have anything else, anything that's labeled, IPS, for those of you who had IPS, again, make sure to get rid of that. These are going to be the only two funnels that you should have in your program and its system, okay? So I'm going to go back over here, and then we're going to continue on system. Okay, so once you have your funnels in your account, what you're going to do is, by this point, if you followed all the steps with the domains, so again, once you have here ready to use, you're going to go ahead and go to your funnels, and we're going to go ahead and start with the capture page. And you're going to go ahead and locate this blue button here, okay, that says funnel settings. And so then you're going to go ahead and click on this middle section here where it says funnel domain. And you're going to go ahead and locate the domain that's going to be connected to this funnel, okay? And we're going to just repeat the process. We're going to go back, and we're going to go to our sales page funnel. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to program our domain to our funnels, okay? And as you can see here, you'll know that the domain is connected when it says the actual domain you connected to the account. So this is super important, because what sometimes happens is that if you miss this step, it's going to be programmed to the system IO version. And we want to make sure that both your funnels are always connected to the domain that you have connected to the account, okay? So this is now pretty much where you begin to connect your domain to both funnels, okay? So once you do that, this is where the fun begins, and we're going to start to customize our templates, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of my coffee. Let me just take a quick peek here. All right. And how are we on time, Jen?
We're good. About 9:48. We're good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to continue now. So if we go back to Kajabi, then you're going to be greeted by the section that states connect your payment gateways, okay? So originally, this might be part of the hiccup that you might be bumping into, because some of you, especially because Launchpad is popular in South Africa, I know that one of the concerns is I don't have a Stripe account. I don't have a business PayPal. Okay. So one of the key things already now to know is that if you are in South Africa, it's best and it's probably the recommended way is that you must have a PayPal business. And the reason being is because if you don't, none of the funnel is going to be streamlined for you. So it's really important that if you're going to use PayPal and that's your only option at this time, is that you do have to have a business PayPal. I'm going to walk you through the setup in just a moment. Now, the exciting news, and let me just go ahead and stop sharing my screen for a second here, is that we have been working on finding a solution for you guys. For those of you who don't have Stripe, we have found a solution and it's called PayFast. And so I've been working with somebody amazing in our community, and they are literally creating the trainings for us to support you to have now PayFast integrated as a payment gateway. And so this is pretty much your alternative to having a Stripe, if that makes sense. So essentially, if you are in South Africa, you are going to now be able to connect a PayPal, but it must be a PayPal business, or your alternative solution now will be PayFast. And those trainings are in the making right now. And we're hoping to have those available in the next coming days. Now, one of the common questions that I keep getting is, again, I'm outside country, I'm in South Africa. What about the payment plans? Now, unfortunately, right now, you may not be able to provide your customers payment plans. And the reason being is because we don't want you to be liable for if somebody doesn't make a payment to you. So at this time, we are looking for alternatives, but there's no official third-party way for you to provide payments just yet. We're working on that. But we have found a solution now for those of you who can't get Stripe. You will be able to use PayFast. And then I'm just going to quickly address here some of the comments here. So Julie, yes, PayFast actually does service countries like that, Zambia, Africa. It is more commonly known in those regions for you. So that will probably integrate nicely for you. Now, the other common question is Paystack. Now, you can use Paystack and you can integrate that as a payment gateway in your system. But what we have found is that sometimes the setup can be a little bit of more extra steps, which is why we're going with something suggested as PayFast, because it's going to be an easier setup. And again, all of that is literally in the middle. We're recording it literally right now with somebody amazing in our community. And we're hoping that you have that as soon as possible. But the alternative, for some of you who you want to kind of get going here, you're going to want to look into PayFast. That's going to be pretty much your version of Stripe. Okay. But in the meantime, as of now, your only other alternative is to make sure that you have a PayPal business. That is just the only way to make sure that your system is automated. Because remember, we want to keep you guys automated. We don't want you guys to do extra steps. We don't want you guys to have any hassles. You know, we want to make sure that it's a smooth sailing as you're making sales. So that's the only reason why we're highly suggesting to have a PayPal business. And so those trainings are actually going to be recorded as well. You know, for those of you who have a regular PayPal and you need to convert into a PayPal business, that is also being recorded specifically for South Africa. So believe me, guys, I am paying attention. Just be patient with us. It is coming because, again, we want to make sure that you guys have the best setup possible. Okay. And there's so much other amazing things that are coming for South Africa that I can't say yet. Okay. But you guys are going to love it. So we are going to make sure that you guys are taken care of. I can assure you on that. Again, this is not just South Africa. This is primarily also international and stuff like that. So that is coming. And yes, Colleen, that is what we're working on so that, again, we can make sure that you guys are set up, especially with the payment plan stuff. But again, as of now, you may not be able to offer payment plans because, again, we don't want you guys to be liable if your customer can't pay for that payment plan. It's just a risk that you would be taking at that point. All right. So, and again, I'll answer some of these questions as we wrap up towards the end and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our setup here. And is there anything, Jen, that I need to cover here?
Nope, keep going. We're getting close to the top of the first hour.
All
I will
right.
put in the chat and start gathering questions. Stay
Hmm,
tuned,
okay.
everybody, but keep going.
All right. So, all right. Let me go into here. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and start to do the walkthrough of how to program our sales page and our capture page. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. All right. So by now, you should have now, again, you went through all of these modules, right? We've connected the domain. We've authenticated your domain. All right. We've imported your capture page, and now we're going to actually start to set up the payment gateway. So again, remember, some of this is going to update for those of you who are in South Africa and again, are outside the country. But for those of you who even you are in the US, what I'm going to walk you through, this will apply to you or Canada. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that setup now. So this is known as connecting your payment gateway. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our setup here in System IO. And you can see my system, Jen, just to make sure. Okay, so once you begin to set up your payment gateways, we're going to go ahead and again, go to settings. You make sure to find the payment gateway section here. And this is where you're going to bump into all the sections, all the checkout systems that are available to you. So again, for some of you who want to test Paystack, again, you can go ahead and try to connect that. But this is something that I'm still testing for you guys. So I'm not going to walk you through that today. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the PayPal because this is going to be the most common for you, especially if you're outside. So what you're going to do, again, before starting the setup, okay, if you have a regular PayPal, it's important to make sure to upgrade to a PayPal business or even open a PayPal business. So all you have to do is go to PayPal, you find the sign up button, and you're going to want to make sure that you set up a business version. Okay. And what's going to happen is that it's going to start to ask you questions about who you are, your personal information. Again, it might ask you questions about your business. And again, all of that is going to be provided to you in the upcoming trainings this week. But again, all you have to do is make sure to open up a business account. Now, one of the common questions that I get is, do I have to have, legal paperwork to open up a PayPal business? And this might just depend on your country. And this is why, again, we are waiting and we're testing this to make sure that we give you the appropriate training. But again, the key here is you have to have a PayPal business to be able to integrate into system. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just walk through that setup. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly log in. So once you have your PayPal set up, again, make sure you have a PayPal business. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go back to system. And we're going to go ahead and click on connect. Okay. And you're going to see this pop-up come up. Okay. One of the common mistakes here that we do is that we put our actual username and our password for our PayPal account. So this is not it. Okay. So make sure to follow the steps in the video. So this is actually one of the trainings. And then just follow along with what I'm going to walk you through here. So let me just go ahead and refresh this here. Let's see here. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and log in into your PayPal. You're going to click on the upper hand corner. You're going to find your name. You're going to make sure that you click on account settings. Let's see, it's a little slow. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and locate this setup here that's labeled API access. And we're going to simply click on update. I'm going to scroll down. You're going to go ahead and locate this section here that's labeled MVP, SOP, SOAP, API. You're going to go ahead and click that. And you're going to see this window pop up All you have to do is make sure that it's set up on API signature. Again, so you won't touch anything. Make sure it's in this first setup here. And we're going to go ahead and click on agree and submit. And then you'll see that it's going to give us some information. And as you can see here, it's giving us a username, a password, and a signature. This is the actual information that we're going to paste, copy and paste into our system. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and find your API username. We're going to highlight that, copy that. We're going to go back into system and we're going to paste that in the username. So we're going to paste. Okay. Then we're going to go into password. We're going to locate that. I'm going to paste that in password. And then we're going to go ahead and copy the signature. We're going to copy that. We're going to paste that. And then we're going to click save. Okay. So if you followed all those steps, you're going to get this little green check mark, right? That says successfully created. So now if we refresh, it should look like this. Let's give it a second here. It's going to look like this. Now, one of the common mistakes here is that it's still not yet completed because you'll get this message here. Don't forget to configure your IPN settings. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And it's going to bring you to this page here. And all you have to do is you're going to scroll down. You're going to scroll. You're going to keep going and going here just for a bit. And you're going to find this section here that's labeled notification URL. And all you have to do is simply highlight this link here. Don't make sure that it's just a link, not the quotation marks there. We're going to do a right click. We're going to copy. We're going to go back into PayPal. We're going to close that out. We're going to click on account settings. Let's see, it's taking a second here. And now when we are in our settings, we're going to go ahead and scroll and click on notifications. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and make sure that we are clicking on instant payment notifications. We're going to go ahead and click on that update. And as you can see, I actually had mine pre-programmed here, but what you're going to see here, you're going to see a screen that looks like this, and you're simply going to paste that URL there. You're going to make sure that this first option is selected, and we're going to click on save. Okay. And once you do this, that means that your PayPal is completely set up. Okay. So then when we refresh, again, this stuff will still show up. So don't worry if this is popping up in system. This is just the way that the setup is. But once you make sure to follow those steps, you are good to go. Okay. Now, if you are using Stripe and you don't have a Stripe account, I'm going to quickly just cover the basis of what's going to happen when you create a Stripe account. Now, if you're new to Stripe, again, you're simply going to go to stripe.com. You're going to create an account. And these are going to be some of the settings, some of the setup settings that it's going to walk you through. Again, it's going to ask you your name, your personal details, your business name. Some of you might have a TIN number. If you don't have a TIN number, you will simply put your social security number here. Again, and just complete all the information you see here. Now, the most important part when setting up a Stripe is this section here, which is industry, business website, and product description. This is the part that I want you to really pay close attention to because this is the most important part of the setup for Stripe, is that you need to make sure that you do not put anything that's relating to digital goods. So if you type in digital goods, digital products, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing something wrong. It's just that Stripe is very diligent with business owners who are using digital goods. So you're going to want to make sure that you do not type in anything related to that. Some of the common ones that will get you up and running without getting flagged is software. It's recommended to not always try using consulting services because that might not make some other features available to you. So the one that I'm suggesting to people right now is making sure that it's other membership organizations. But again, you can play and have variety here, but this is just one of the ones that will eliminate you getting flagged for any reason. Now, your business website is simply going to be your website that you just connected in System.io. So again, before you even get started with this, you're going to want to make sure that your website is there. Again, it's ready, the domain is ready, and the domain is already connected to one of your funnels. Because what happens is that Stripe automatically verifies on the spot if your domain is connected and live and plugged into something. So again, it's important to make sure that you follow all the steps that I just walk you through. And then you go ahead and open up this account. So let me see, where did I go here? So again, you will type your business domain just like this. Make sure it has your www, your domain.com. And then as you can see here, if you do not have it connected, it's going to go ahead and show something like this, right? And this is just because I'm using an example here. So you're going to want to make sure that, again, that domain is connected. Now for product descriptions, same thing. You're going to want to make sure to avoid keywords that are alluding to digital products, anything that's digital related, because again, that doesn't mean that we're doing anything wrong. It's just that they want to minimize the risk for themselves. So one of the common things that you could put is, you could put something like membership, community, and you can also say something like educational services for marketing. So again, be mindful of just making sure that you are not putting the language digital goods. That's all you have to make sure to do. And so once you do that, you just simply, again, continue with the process. Again, it'll walk you through putting your banking, all your information that you need to put through. And then eventually, again, you'll get to this last page. And again, mine's not pre-filled right now, but again, it will pretty much have you set up with Stripe with no issues. Now, there is going to be finally an official training where I walk you through the setup. But again, it was important for me to make sure and test it before I gave you guys that training. So that's going to be the gist. But again, the most important part is make sure this is the main important part here that I want you to walk away with. Make sure that it does not, guys, it does not have anything that's relating to digital goods, because that is what flags the account sometimes, okay? So that's the way that a a Stripe setup would take place with that. So once you have your Stripe set up, I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen here. I'm going to go ahead and switch here. So once you have your Stripe account, all you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and go back into payment gateways. And we're going to go ahead and click on the blue button that says connect. And then it's going to show you your account, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and just show you through this example. And then it's going to automatically link that account to system. So if we go back to settings, we click on payment gateways. As you can see, it's already integrating my Stripe account into system. Now you may see something like this. The integration with this account is in progress. That is normal. And it's sometimes just a little delay or glitch from system. So again, don't be worried about that. If this is still, active for a couple of hours, just go ahead and simply just contact Stripe, and they will be able to see why it hasn't fully integrated into system. But again, this is normal. There's nothing to panic about that. It's just part of the process, but typically it integrates right away, okay? So once you do your payment gateways, so this is where we can finally now start to actually do the minor tweaks to our templates here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of my coffee here. Now, I do see that we are a little bit over on time, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up a little bit for you guys, okay? So let me see here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start to edit our Launchpad sales page funnel. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with that one first. And so the beauty of the Launchpad is that it's very, very, very little things that you are going to be tweaking here. Now, one of the first things, again, remember when you start to set up your sales page funnel, again, the first thing you're going to always want to make sure is that you click on funnel settings here. So this blue button. We're going to make sure that our domain is selected. Okay, make sure that the domain is selected to the funnel. And then you'll see here, once you connect your payment gateways, you're going to make sure that these are actually on. Because if these are not on, it's not going to show up in your checkout pages. So again, make sure that these are on. So make sure your domain's connected, make sure that your payments options are selected, and you're going to go ahead and click on save. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and start to name and rename some of our funnel steps here, some of the pages that we have available. So again, remember, this is the sales page funnel. So the first thing, again, you should be seeing here is your sales page. So what you're going to do is that this first one should be labeled ready. So again, if you have no other existing duplicates or anything like that, it will automatically just turn green, just like that. So this one should be labeled ready. Now, with the 100 order form, you're going to want to make sure that that one's labeled to 100 Launchpad, just like that. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and rename the next one here, which is the $29 corresponding page. We're going to go ahead and just label that 29 Launchpad. And then you're also going to see your terms and conditions page, and you can go ahead and just put terms or terms and conditions, however you prefer. And so essentially all the pages should be labeled the way that I'm showing you on my screen, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and now set up our payments, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and navigate to the order form that's labeled 100. And we're going to scroll down. Let me see if I can move this here. And we're going to click on, we're going to locate this section here called Price Plans. We're going to go ahead and click on this little plus button. And then we're going to navigate to create a new one. And this is where we're going to go ahead and start to create our payment plans. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and type Launchpad program. The second one should be the amount displayed, which is going to be 100. The statement descriptor can be anything that you want. I'm just going to go ahead and put DGC, but this could be the description of your business name or your name in itself. The next one's going to be one-time payment. We're going to make sure that that's at 100. And then we're going to go ahead and click on save. And so that already completes that setup here. This $29 page, there is nothing you have to do here. This is one of the most important pages in the funnel. Do not touch it. Do not edit it. There's nothing you have to do here except just name that page, okay? And then you're all set here in setting up the payment system. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and click on our sales page. And now we're going to go and actually edit and start to program some of the setup for that, okay? So some of this process can be a little bit back and forth, and we're going to want to make sure that we have certain tabs open for this, okay? So let me go here. And actually, we're going to go ahead and go back here. Okay. Now, before we do that, actually, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the capture page. So we're going to go ahead and locate our capture page. And now we're going to do the same process, actually. We're going to start here. It's going to be a little easier. So we're going to go ahead and locate our capture page. We're going to go ahead and rename that. And the capture page should be empty, okay? It should look just like this. We're going to make sure that the next one, the thank you page, is labeled thank you page or thank you. The video page is going to be video. Okay, so all your capture page steps or pages should look just like this, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and actually go into the editor of the capture page. So we're going to go ahead and click on edit page. And then you're going to be seeing this screen. Now, in the training in Kajabi, we do give you options to change the background image if you wish to change that. But this is the common default background image for this template, okay? And so all you have to do if you want to change the background images is that you'll locate the module titled Capture Page Template. Then you're going to see a download section here, and you can actually download all these images. And then you can go ahead and upload that into your Capture Page template. and change the background to that. So if we actually give you a quick example here, all you have to do is click on the background, locate here this background image section here inside the template. And all you do is click on this little icon here. And then here is where you will upload the image of your choice and change the background image. And so I actually have some in here. So if I go ahead and select this image, insert that, then you'll be able to change the background image for that, okay? And so again, you're gonna wanna make sure for the sake of time, just go ahead and reference that tutorial in Kajabi, and I walk you through alternatives on how to change the background. Now, one of the most important things here is that you're gonna wanna make sure that this button here is clicked on. You're gonna wanna make sure that it's on submit form, and then make sure that it's on to next step, okay? This is really important. You're gonna wanna make sure that it's on submit form to next step. You're gonna save, and then that should be the changes, okay? Now, some of the things that are gonna be changing is that in the original template, there was an extra section here that is now removed from the new template. So there's not going to be any setup you have to do in your mobile version. Okay, so all you have to worry about is choosing your background. Make sure that you make sure your button is on submit form to next step. You're going to save that, and then you're all done here. Now we're going to go ahead and navigate to the thank you. We're going to go ahead and edit that page. And then you're going to be seeing this page here. Now we have made changes, which is what I'm going to be updating this week. What I have done now is that the video is now pre-installed into the template. So for those of you who yet don't want to upload to your YouTube channel, or you don't want to do any of those uploads, this is now going to be part of the existing template. And so that is now updated in the template. However, Michelle encourages you guys to download the video, upload that into your YouTube so that you can start to grow your YouTube channel. However, it is now going to be part of the template if you wish to not want to deal with that setup. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and scroll down. And now we're going to bump into these buttons here, okay? Same thing here. These buttons should now be sending them to your sales page, okay? Originally, again, a lot of people had the confusion, and even in myself, that these buttons should be sending them to the following step. These buttons will now be sending people to the sales page. So we're going to go ahead and get out of there. Make sure, again, to have a separate tab. Click on your sales page funnel. Locate your sales page. Again, and make sure that you grab your link. You're going to copy that. We're going to go back. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that this button is programmed to open URL. We're going to go ahead and paste, again, our link there. That's our sales page. And then you got one more button here. And we're going to paste our sales page. And again, this is the most recent updated version now. This button will take them to the sales page. Okay, so open URL, make sure that it's on ready, and then you're going to go ahead and save that. Okay. Okay, so once it's saved, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Now we're going to click on the video tab here, and we're going to go ahead and click on edit. And then again, same thing. This has now been updated that this now will include the video. But again, if you wish to download that video, upload it to your own YouTube, and you wish to integrate that, again, all of that is in the training for you to be able to do that and how to actually locate the video for download. Okay, now this button here, same thing. It's going to be programmed to open URL, and we're going to be pasting our sales page link there. And then all you're going to do is click save. All right, and then that's all you have to do on this page. And once you do these steps, your capture page is practically already set up. There's nothing more else you'll be doing here. So again, as long as you follow all those steps, you'll be good to go, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and start to begin the process to program our buttons on our actual sales page, okay? Now, remember, by now, you should have already integrated your payment gateways, right? You should have already have your PayPal integrated and your Stripe. And as you can see, that error is now gone. So again, this means now that your payments are linked up. And so we're going to go ahead and now go back into my Stripe. Now, this is going to apply for those of you, again, who have Stripe. If you don't have Stripe, obviously you won't be doing these steps, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create payment links that are going to be connected in your sales page in just a moment, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you're logged in into your Stripe. You're going to click this purple button here. Again, make sure to click on payment link. And then you will begin to program the corresponding link here. So we're going to go ahead and type in Launchpad program. I'm just going to go ahead and name this test just for myself here. And make sure that it is selected here. It's going to turn purple. Then you're going to see this pop up here. Okay, and you're going to go ahead and type in the amount. Again, you can upload the image, and these images are located in the download section in Kajabi. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and find my image. And once you do that, it should look something like this again. So you'll have the name, you'll have the image, you'll have the price, and then you're going to go ahead and click on add product, okay? So super important here. This is one of the most important steps because this is what makes things automated, okay? So you're going to go ahead and make sure to select here customer addresses, make sure that this is billing and shipping address, make sure that all countries are selected here. Let me move this here. We're going to click on save. Make sure that your phone number is selected because this opens up other features here. And then none of these advanced options need to be touched. So you're just going to leave that alone. And then we're going to make sure to click on after payment. Okay. So this is one of the most important parts out of this process. You're going to want to make sure that you are on don't show confirmation page because again, we want the system to be automated. So what happens is that when somebody purchases through a Stripe link, they're going to be sent to the $29 page that we have in our system. So again, we're going to go ahead and locate that link. We're going to go to funnels, click on the Launchpad sales funnel. We're now going to locate that $29 link. We're going to click here on this little chain. It's going to copy to our clipboard. We're going to go back and we're going to simply paste that link here. So again, when you're doing this process, make sure that again, it has your domain and it has the corresponding $29 link that belongs to Launchpad, okay? So once you do that, you're going to go ahead and create the link. And then now this is going to be a link that we're going to program in our sales page in just a second here, okay? So we're going to go ahead and see how are we on time, Jen? I think we can knock it out. All right.
Yeah, I would say maybe 10 more minutes and then we can do Q&A.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit quicker here, guys. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our system. You're going to go ahead and locate your Launchpad sales page funnel. We're going to click on that. We're going to make sure that we're selected on the sales page. We're going to go ahead and make sure to open it up now to edit that, okay? So we're going to get now inside the editor. And again, in the new updated template that is now available, some of these buttons are now pre-programmed. So there's actually going to be less buttons to program. But again, I'm going to walk you through some of the steps here. So this first button, you're going to want to make sure that it's a next step URL. Okay, you don't want to program any URLs here because sometimes this can break. So we're just going to make sure that it's on next step URL. Again, this first one, next step URL, we're going to keep going. In the tutorial, I do teach you how to add your photo and your bio and your story. Again, we're going to go ahead and just skip this for now for the sake of time. But again, it's a very intuitive process. We're going to continue. We're going to find the next button here. This one here is going to be a next step URL. We're going to keep going. All right. Next one here, you're going to see this one here. Next step URL. Now, for those of you who have the ability to have Stripe, this is where that Stripe link is going to be. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go back to Stripe. We're going to find our link. We're going to copy that. We're going to go back. You're going to click on this button. Then it's going to be selected on Open URL. We're going to paste that link there. And now that button is going to be programmed to our Stripe link to be able to offer payments. Now, again, for my friends in South Africa, when we release the PayFast this week, it's practically going to be the same setup, except you will have a PayFast link. Okay. So again, that tutorial is coming, I promise. Okay. So we're going to keep going. The next button here, it's going to be on next step URL. We're going to keep going, scrolling. This button here is going to be on next step URL. And again, the payment plan will be the payment option you have available, whether that's Stripe, whether that's going to be PayFast for you. And then we're going to go ahead and click on Save. Okay. So now if we go to the footer here, you're also going to see this section here that says your name. This is where you're going to type your business name. And then you're going to see the terms and conditions. Now we have updated the terms and conditions in itself. And that training, I'm going to be making it available today. But all we have to do is literally highlight this. And we're simply going to click on this little chain here. And this is where we're going to paste our URL for the terms and conditions. Okay, but I'm not going to walk you through that right now for the sake of time. But once we do all of this, we're going to go ahead and click on Save. And essentially, that's all you have to do to set up your sales page. Again, it's just making sure your buttons are all programmed. You're going to go ahead and put your 2 images. If you don't want to put 2 images, you can just put 1. Make sure to change your name. Put your little story here. And again, just making sure all your buttons are connected. So if we actually preview this, when you click on your button, it's going to take you to the order form. And so if you've done everything correctly, you'll see that the credit card options are available. And if you integrated PayPal, this is what you'll see. You'll give them the opportunity to check out with either options. Okay. And then all of this is also as is. So that looks good. Again, if we continue here, this button will be this page here. If we continue, this button will be the order form. This button here, if you program a Stripe, it's going to be a Stripe link. Or again, for some of you who are in South Africa, that might now be a PayFast link. Oh, let's go ahead and go back here. Screen is stuck. Oh, let's go ahead and go back. A little glitch here. All right. Again, payment link here is where we left off. Again, this button here is going to be a order form. This first button is going to be the order form. And then this is going to be, again, a Stripe link or a PayFast link for those of you who are in South Africa. And then once you double check all that, your sales page is practically ready. That's all you have to worry about. That is it. There's nothing else we have to do. And you are technically up and running with your sales page at that point. Okay. So if we go through all the steps, just quickly recap again. Most important part is make sure to start with your domain. Okay. Once you do your domain, again, make sure to authenticate your domain here for your email address. Make sure to put your email address and confirm that it will change to verified. Okay. Once you have your funnels imported, again, you're going to make sure that your funnels, okay, click on funnel settings, make sure that the domain is connected to the funnel. Okay. Make sure that you go inside and make sure that everything's labeled the way that we've walked through it. Again, this will be ready. This will be the 100 launch pad. This will be the $29 launch pad. Again, this is going to be your terms and conditions page. And once you have all those steps completed, you're literally set up. There's nothing you have to do for the funnels itself. From there on, you will now finish up the process to do your emails and automations, okay? So now, let's see, how are we on time here? I think we can do it. What you're gonna do now is you would go into your Kajabi and you will now find the module labeled how to import, edit, and personalize your emails. And you will simply repeat the same process that I've been simply walking you through. We'll find that link in the description box. We're going to do a right click, copy that, get into your system. We're going to paste that. And then we're going to see all the email campaigns pop up. Now, one of the common questions here is mine is labeled Legacy Builder Program. This is just simply the name of the template. Whether you have Legacy, whether you have Digital Mastery, whether you have Passive Daily Pay or Launchpad, like you guys, it's going to be labeled this. Everyone has the same emails. Okay. So once you import your emails, we're now going to make sure that the automation is set up for people to receive their emails. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and click on automations. Make sure to click on rules. Then we're going to find this blue button here. And then we're going to go ahead and select this third one here. It says funnel step form subscribed. We're going to click on capture page funnel. We're going to click on this one here labeled discover how to start an online business. We're going to go ahead and navigate here to this side. And now we're going to make sure that it's on add a tag. And then you're going to go ahead and label that whatever you wish. Most people are putting legacy. You can go ahead and put daily pay. Then we're going to make sure to navigate back. Okay, after you do the tag, you're going to make sure to click on this button here one more time. And now we're going to make sure that it's on subscribe to campaign. And then again, you'll see your emails here, which is what we just imported a second ago. So once it looks just like this is a setup. Again, you're going to want to double check and make sure that it looks just like this. It might vary if your tag is named differently. And then we're going to simply click on save rule. And so once you do this, you are completely set up and automated for your emails to shoot out. Okay. So the last process to the setup is editing your emails. Now, these are things that you're going to want to take your time. And there is a video in Kajabi where I walk you through on how to edit your emails. And so some of the basics will include, again, just modifying the template, again, putting your name. And as you can see here, Michelle had had already giving you some instructions on what links would be in your emails. So again, for the sake of time, make sure to watch that module so that you can learn how to program your emails. But again, for the gist of it is you're just going to be changing your name. You're going to be plugging in your URL here, your name. And again, just all you have to do is just quickly take your time and customize these emails. We don't want to change them too much, but again, just follow the instructions in the video. Now, one of the common questions that we're getting is there a PDF that people receive? And the answer is yes. And that has been added to the portal. However, you cannot link that PDF itself in the email. It has to be added as an attachment. So this is why Michelle is cueing you here to put the video instead of the PDF, because there's just extra steps. So again, you're going to want to make sure that it's actually attached as an attachment, and that's how they would receive that PDF. And again, that's going to be updated for you in Kajabi. Okay, so once you complete your emails, again, make sure that the sender address is the email address that you programmed. Okay, make sure that that's programmed there. And then all you have to do is click save. Okay, and that's how you'll know that your email is all set up. And all you do is simply repeat the process for every single email. Again, it's only 13 emails, okay? But it's worth it. I can assure you, this is your automated machine here. So all you have to do is click on it, just follow the instructions. As you can see here, it's going to guide you to put your video page link here. And again, same thing. You're going to follow the instructions, save your emails, and then we're going to go ahead.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So Once we do the walkthrough that I just walk you through, that is it. You are literally set up, and ready to go. There's nothing else you have to do. There's not going to be anything else that you have to worry about. As long as you follow the key take steps that I just walk you through, that is it. There's nothing else. So again, all of the updates, anything that I have shown you today is going to be updated in Kajabi. So just be mindful if some things look a little bit different from the setup that you have, it is going to be updated for you, okay? So with that, Jen, I think we have about 30 minutes left.
Yep, we do have a list. Alyssa, you are up first, and you guys make sure your camera is on, and I'm gonna ask you to unmute. So if you guys want to get on the question list, I've been look at the chat box. You want to write the word question. I already have 10 people already. So
All
Alyssa,
right.
you are up first.
Hey, Michelle, quick question on the PayPal.
Huh?
Once I set up the link for that, it's not showing up on my order page.
Okay. So, man, I wish you could share your screen.
Let me see if I can on my phone. I was on my computer. Share. Oh, you know what? Nope. It says only host can share.
Let me see here.
I don't know
And
if you
I'll
can
pull
add
it
her
up.
as- I can't add her as a host.
Oh, okay.
Michelle.
Okay. So
Okay.
for the most part, so what you're saying is you added your PayPal and it's not showing up on your checkout, right?
Right. When I go to my order page, oh, not order, 900, like, let me see. Because this will help everybody else also. Ah, it just says, enter your contact information, enter your payment, and it says credit card or debit card, but it doesn't give PayPal as an option there. It
Okay.
literally has Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover.
All right. I'm going to share my screen again. So if you're bumping into that error where it's not showing, that's why the key takeaway here is, again, you're going to go to your funnels, find your funnel. Okay. And you're going to go ahead, and I think my screen is a little clunky here. Hold on. Ooh, sorry, guys. Okay. So go to funnels, find your sales page funnel, make sure that you are on the sales page itself. You're going to go ahead and find the funnel settings button. And you're going to want to make sure that the PayPal is selected on. Chances are that's probably what's happening, because if we don't turn these on, they don't show up on the checkout form. So again, make sure to turn those on. Again, always triple check that your domain is connected. You'll click save. And then again, once you test it, again, it should show the PayPal.
Okay. Okay. I will go and check that. I missed that option. You did the notification for PayPal payments. Is there one for Stripe payments?
As of now, the way that the setup is, you should technically be getting a notification that you made a sell through Stripe, essentially. But it might kind of, and this is where I want to keep it simple. It's like, as long as they check out through system, through the setup that you have, you'll always get notified through system, and then you'll get your payment on the, the way that they checked out. If they're paying through Stripe, the payment version, you might not get a system IO notification. You're only going to see the Stripe notification. Does that make sense?
It does. I'll have to keep an eye out on that. And then www in the domain.
Yes.
A lot of people, myself included, will just put in the URL line or whatever, abccompany.com, not www.abccompany.com. Is there a way around that? Because
yeah, there is. So
okay.
part of that has to do with the records. So you practically you have to contact GoDaddy and ask them to program now a text record for that. The problem why we don't address it here is just because of the way that system is set up. It's just extra additional records the system just doesn't walk you through pretty much. But you can just go ahead and call GoDaddy and say, hi, I want to program a @ record for my domain. And that's pretty much the record that will be programmed for that.
So it's an @ record without the www. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Mhm.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you. This was awesome.
I hope so. All right, who's next?
Okay, FF is next. I don't think she's here anymore. Nicole, you are up next. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Hi.
Hello.
I just wanted to find out on my funnels page,
Mhm.
it gave me 3 launchpad sales funnels.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I did something wrong or it generated something, generated it or what happened.
Yeah, so if you have, those are called duplicates. That might mean
Mhm.
that you maybe accidentally put you pasted the template a couple of times. So all you do is delete the duplicates and keep one. That's it.
Okay, and then I also I don't know which step I missed, but that's why I stopped. I don't know if it's maybe the next step for the capture page funnel.
Yep. So now, correct. Now
That's
you're gonna
not showing me.
Now you're going to import your capture page funnel, correct? So essentially, you're always going to have 2 funnels. It's going to be your launchpad sales page, and then it's going to be your capture page, correct?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome.
Great. Thanks, Nicole. Luis, you're up next. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
It's Lois, but that's okay. A lot of people mess it up. My question is, I'm new here, so I haven't even got where you're at. But
Woo!
that's okay.
All right. Let's give her a round of applause, guys. She made it.
So my question is, I'm totally confused, so I'm going to have to really listen. But you were talking about a TIN,
Yeah.
and I'm in the United States, so I have an EIN number. Is that the same thing, or is that a different thing
Nope.
I have to apply for?
Nope, it's the same thing. It's just the way that it's labeled. It's just so if you are pretty much, you know, if you have a company EIN, that's exactly what that is. If you don't have a company registered, you just simply type in your social security because you're considered an individual sole proprietor. So, yep, it's the exact same thing.
Okay, and my other question is, when you're on GoDaddy, you had several funnels. I purchased the 900, so do I need to purchase like 10 sales funnel for the 100 and then another 10 for the 600? And
No, so you bought Legacy Builders?
yes, the $900
So
package.
on Thursday, I'm going to be walking you through the Legacy Builders setup. So today's setup is for the base program. So you're going to want to come back on Thursday.
Okay, so I don't need 10
So you
for
don't
this
have to
one.
correct. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to start off with this one. So that's probably why you're like, what is happening? This is not what I have.
Oh, I'm so confused. You wouldn't believe it. But like I said, I just started Thursday and I'm kind of behind because I'm having to listen more than once, but I'll get there. But yeah, when you were throwing out all those GoDaddies, it was like, okay.
Don't worry,
But
it's divine timing. You're here for a reason, all right? And you can go ahead and remember DM me in school, and I will totally walk you through anything that you're bumping into, okay? You're not alone. So this is why I'm here to support you, okay?
yeah, you just go so fast.
All
right, thank you.
You're so welcome.
All right, we have Maria up next. And remember, the recording is going to be available. Everyone's asking about the recording. That way
Yes, there
you
is.
have your own pace. I know she's going fast today. I know it's kind of crazy, but it's okay. Maria, you're up next.
Hi. I own the Legacy, but my only issue is I cannot get my email verified. I have tried and tried. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
So have you deleted any records? All that's
I
good.
did all that. I did, and I even I didn't realize that the very first one, that email that you get from IO to verify.
Yeah.
Okay, that was on Thursday. I didn't see that it was in my spam that I got it. So what I ended up doing is I screwed up and did the resend. and I waited a while, nothing. So I ended up just deleting it and starting over
Yeah.
again. And it's still pending. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Mhm. What do you have, like an AOL account or something like that?
No, I got it through GoDaddy. It's a
It's a
.com.
professional.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I can think of is that maybe they haven't set up your inbox for it properly. So
I mean,
meaning
I called GoDaddy and they said it's good. Everything's good on their side.
then have you contacted system at that point?
I did, and they said just to come on here or DM
So they
me.
sent you here?
Yes.
Because that's the thing, right? Because it's like something is not sending or receiving from your custom email address. And that's sometimes, sadly, sometimes that could be common, like the inbox is not set up right.
Mhm.
So you're gonna sadly, I'm gonna turn you around and go to GoDaddy and call them and be like, listen, I'm not getting emails, you know, I'm like this needs to be functioning. There's no reason why I shouldn't be getting emails, right? And if they claim that that is set up, now have you tested and made sure that you're getting emails on
Yeah,
that
I'm
device?
getting email. I do test
getting-
calls from my Gmail, and
Okay.
I'm getting them, but it's not connecting the IO with the GoDaddy, I guess.
So at that point, so go ahead and send me a DM in school and we're gonna tackle it with system. Because they obviously there's something that's not linking for you, and you know it shouldn't be doing that. You should be getting it. So just send me a DM and then we'll email them together to make sure that gets verified and stuff like that. Okay.
Okay, yeah, because I can't go any further. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated because I mean, I'm fairly new too. I started last week, but I want to hurry up and get started.
No, totally. And again, you know, remember, guys, like these are some of the glitches that I wish I could just call these people and be like, hey, listen, okay, Mom Maria is waiting on you guys, okay?
That's right.
So, but we're gonna tackle that. So send me a DM, okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mandy, you are up next. I just asked you to unmute. There you are.
Hi.
Hello.
Can we share our screen?
I don't think we have the feature on.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm stuck where you go in to your funnel and
Mhm.
you have to type in ready. Like I don't even see that
You
anywhere.
don't see that? Okay.
No.
Let me see if I can have you share.
I think I missed something. It
Mm,
says host disabled participant sharing.
so what I want you to do then is go ahead and send me a screenshot in school so that
Okay.
I could see the screenshot and then I will troubleshoot with you in the DMs for that.
Okay. Silly question, but how do I DM you on school?
Okay, beautiful question. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys.
Okay.
So let me go here. And so as I kind of said earlier, I'm gonna always be your fastest contact, okay? Whether you're stuck with anything, Kajabi, admin, billing, something, okay? Simply find me in school. So again, I'm Michelle with 2 L's. Now my last name's a little bit kooky, but again, you'll find me somewhere in the comments, okay?
Okay.
So, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna find me. Again, this is my picture here, and then you're gonna be able to send me a DM. And
Okay.
this is where I get everybody's DM. So as you can see, look at this, guys. I literally talk to you. I'm literally talking and answering you. So believe me, I am there with you every step of the way. Okay.
I have
If for any reason you cannot DM me, then just go ahead and email at the tech and billing at digitalgrowthcommunity.com email, and I have access to that as well.
Okay, I have one more stupid question. I don't know how to do a screenshot on a laptop.
Take a picture.
Okay, that's
Take
it.
That's it. Send me a picture, write it on a napkin. I don't care how you send it to me.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Okay, Vivian, you are up next. Go ahead and I think you're already unmuted.
Oh, I
Are you there,
cannot hear her.
Vivian, are you there?
I think she can't. She's um,
Okay, Vivian,
mm,
why you are Okay, we're going to go on to the next person. Vivian, just DM me if you're having problems with your mute button. I'm gonna go to the next person. I cannot pronounce your name, so I'm not gonna pronounce it. Starts with a
Okay,
B.
no problem.
There you
Yeah.
are.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I have a question, actually, too.
Okay.
Um, uh, Actually, I just did the setup for the system with the funnels and everything yesterday,
Mhm.
and I don't see the capture page funnel. Am I supposed to import it from someone?
So that will be located in Kajabi. Okay. So you'll go ahead and find the module that's labeled capture page. And in the description box, you're going to see the template for that. But I'm actually going to paste that for you guys in case you guys want to grab it in the comments here. But that is underneath the video in the description. And that's going to be for both of the templates. It's always going to be in the description box. I just went ahead and put that in the chat for you. And that's going to be your capture page template. Let's see, how are we on time? So we are, guys. So, and not, for the sake of time, we are going to be hopping off in the next couple of minutes because Michelle does have another call. So I think we make it for one more question with you and then probably one more person. Oh, she frozen, Jen? Think we might have lost her. Oh, wait, you're muted, Jen?
Type in your question and maybe we can answer it. But Chantel, you're next.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, Chantel, go ahead.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I would just like to know, so when I was busy with my domain and emails, I think my domain is linked to one of my emails, right? Which is a Gmail account. But then I got to the part of connecting my payment gateways.
Okay.
And I did everything as per the videos. It was all going well. Everything was green and as it should be. But then I noticed that my PayPal account has been linked to my Yahoo account, which was
Okay.
the account that I used to set up my PayPal.
I see.
Would that be a problem when I get to the funnels? Because now I need to, it says check my domain is verified, which it is verified, but then the next thing I need to check my email address is no longer pending. But which email do I know? Is that going to cause some problem for me if it's two different emails?
No, essentially no. You just want to make sure to confirm both of them just for the sake of it. But if you're saying that your PayPal is linked to a different email, that won't matter. All that matters is that you integrate it with the API, like all of those steps, like in the video and kind of how I showed you guys today. That's what matters.
Yes.
It's not going to matter what like the account is connected to.
Okay. And the GoDaddy, I suppose that the domain emails that's linked to the other email, that's also just for people to get the automations once I get to that step, I suppose.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. I was just trying to logically figure out whether I'm still on the right
Now,
track.
I will say, just because I want to, and I know we're going to have to hop off here, guys, in a few minutes, but one thing I want to clarify is that if you are trying to use a Yahoo email, System.io does not work with Yahoo. So just keep that in mind, that that's one of the other things. It's like it's best to minimum at least have a Gmail because it just doesn't work properly with Yahoo. Yeah.
So if it's okay that the PayPal one that's linked to the Yahoo, that I don't need to change that one, but then I just go ahead with the Gmail one that I've got.
Exactly. Yep.
Perfect. Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, probably
you so
one more,
much.
guys, and that is it.
All right, we're gonna go back to Vivian. Her thing is working.
Okay.
Camera. So Vivian, go ahead. Really quick question.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Morning, evening, sorry. Hi. I had a bit of a problem with my mic there.
No worries.
Okay, so I'm zooming on my cell phone, but I'm sitting in front of my computer.
Uh-huh.
If I can just maybe just switch the camera. I
We can.
am at my automations
Mhm.
rules.
Okay.
To switch. I just want to know, let me just turn the phone. If you guys can see there.
I can see it. Yep.
Okay. I did everything. I don't know if it's correctly done, but it's not asking me to add an email.
So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and quickly correct one thing because we got 1 minute, guys. So everything on your triggers looks perfect. So now go ahead and go to the section on the action. So now go back and there's going to be
Action. Okay.
Okay, and now you're going to click on subscribe to campaign. The very first one. Okay. And then
Okay. And
click on
then
that. Click on that. And then that's it. You're all set there. So save that.
save.
Make sure. Yep. Save that.
Thank you very much.
That is it.
That's the last step for me. Then I'm ready to go.
That's it. All right, you
Thank you.
guys. I wish I could spend so much more time, and I gladly will. We'll probably make some adjustments to the times, but I'm trusting that there was some clarity today. Again, we know that things are evolving, things are changing, but I promise you that I am listening to every single darn thing that you can imagine, okay? And it's only going to get easier and easier and easier, again. All I ask is your patience. Again, let's send Michelle O'Neill a lot of love, because I cannot tell you, this woman really is dedicated to this community like I've never seen it before. So we appreciate you so, so much. And again, tomorrow I'm going to be doing the passive daily pay blueprint setup, and then make sure to check that calendar in school. And if you have any questions, if you have any hiccups, again, make sure to DM me in school or email us in, and I will make sure you get taken care of. Okay, guys? All right, and that is it. And off we go, everybody. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.